And welcome to the Talking Stick Resort Arena here in Phoenix, Arizona, live on Dazn and Sky Sports for a wonderful night of boxing action. It's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing USA. We're sponsored by JD Sports. All of tonight's bouts are sanctioned under the auspices of the Arizona Boxing Commission. The executive director, Francisco Meneses Jr., the chairman is Scott Fletcher. Introducing your three judges scoring this contest from ringside: Tim Cheatham, Chris Flores, and Robert Hecko. And at the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring, referee Raul Caiz Jr. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 10 rounds of boxing scheduled in the welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting in red corner, standing with his head trainer, Osmiri Fernandez. He wears the blue with the white stripe. This southpaw scaled 148.4 pounds. His professional record, 31 victories, 6 defeats, 6 draws. He's got 19 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Managua, Nicaragua, please welcome the former WBA Fedecaribe Super Lightweight Champion, Winston El Zurdo Campos. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands with his head trainer, Adam Booth. He wears it red with the blue and the white stripe. He's scaled at already 150.4 pounds. This 2016 Olympian is thus far undefeated as a professional with a record of 9 victories, no defeats, on draw. He's got 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Sunderland, England, here is the skilled and fast-rising star, the reigning Commonwealth and WBA International Welterweight Champion, Josh Pretty Boy Kelly.
Fighter chief second only, please. Mouthpiece. Protector. Se lo pones, por favor. All right, gentlemen, you received the instructions in the dressing room. Know what I expect. A good, clean fight. Ya recibieron las instrucciones con una pelea limpia. Legal punches, here for you. Golpe legales, here for you. Touch gloves, good luck to both of you. Buenas tardes, los dos.
Well, referee Raul Caiz Jr. giving the final instructions. Kelly looking focused. Campos taking part in his 43rd contest.
Ready. Box.
And what will he offer by way of challenge to Kelly, who will be keen to impress the US audience? A slick operator, a skilled amateur. But Alex, sometimes he has been accused of just being a little over elaborate with the showboating and the skills and the taunting of an opponent. So he needs to get on with the business, and he's very talented. He can do that, no doubt about it.
He's absolutely fantastic. He has so much ability, and he has all the attributes that you would want to see in a fighter. He can certainly punch very hard. He's very, very quick. He has fantastic footwork. His timing is impeccable. His punch variety is great. Very, very talented young man. But I was pretty critical of him last time because of the fact that he's spent so much energy wasting time when he could have been doing more constructive work, in my opinion.
Well, in his defense, really, it was Kelly's American bow on that incredible night at Madison Square Garden. Yeah. Maybe the occasion just got to him a little bit. And he's had a busy personal life in terms of baby and weddings and things like that. So you just never really know.
Yeah, it can all take its toll on you, Dom. That's certainly a fact there. Yeah. Hopefully, we see a Josh Kelly tonight that's all about business.
There's a little bit of blood on the face of Kelly as well.
A little bit of redness over the nose, I think, yeah.
He got caught early on with that. And
we got a small cut right eye. Josh, punch.
We heard the referee quite clearly there.
Something for Josh to deal with, another experience.
Well, he goes down there. The referee has ruled out a slip and the back of the head.
But it looks a little bit uncomfortable though, Dom. Looks a little bit uncomfortable.
Well, it's certainly not an ideal start for Kelly.
No, certainly not.
The cut, and now just touching canvas, slip or not, it's a psychological boost for Campos, who seems to be bouncing around and enjoying it. There's been a few little smiles exchanged in there, and again, very seasoned operator, Campos. Yeah, there's some success again. He's been warned about punches to the back of the head.
10 seconds, stop at the bell. 10 segundos, para la campana.
Well, certainly Kelly just knocked out of his rhythm.
Yep, he certainly was.
But he's got a mini crisis just at the start of this fight, really. I mean, this is a scheduled 10 rounds. He knows, obviously, it didn't go the way he wanted in the first fight, Josh Kelly. So round 2.
Quite sure Winston Campos was enjoying the music there as he boxed.
Well, both men just went on with it. The music just...
Latino music.
Going on a little bit longer than...
Great for the rhythm.
Everyone anticipated as Campos gets a snappy jab off. Again.
Yep. Josh Kelly is not tagging Campos cleanly, Dom, at all. Of that 5-6 punch flurry that he threw, not one shot landed cleanly there. Just wants to get behind his jab and nail the basics down, start opening Campos up. With the good old basics, you can't beat them. They never let you down. Especially a good young fighter coming through.
Well, of course, Kelly, vastly experienced as an amateur, has come up against southpaws on many occasions, but Ray Robinson in his previous fight, another southpaw.
Yeah.
But whether he's just struggling to adjust again. Good shot to the body from Kelly.
Yep, still looking for a little gap there, Kelly. Only head movement, though. Not busy enough with his hands, Dom, for me.
And using that body movement and smiles back at Campos again, Kelly. Does really believe in his reflexes, likes to move in with the hands by his side on many occasions. And
he sure does, and you can see why he does like to rely on them, because they're very, very sharp and very effective. But we have to remember that this is a sport of boxing, and it's punches landed that really do count. Good, clean, effective punches like that right hand was lovely. Love to see a little bit more of that stuff from Josh Kelly. Lovely shot there as well.
Just pins him in, and this is better from Kelly now. Well. Campos looks a little bit disorientated now. Just at the end of the round, a great ending from Kelly.
Campos smiles in defiance at the end, Dom. He's not ready to go out on his stool yet, is he?
An interesting character, of course, Campos. He's been around the block a little bit, and I mean, Josh Kelly would have watched the fight that he had with your compatriot Josh Taylor in Glasgow, when Taylor got him out of there in the 3rd round. So it was a good win for Taylor. But Campos, how important will it be, the fact that he's been settled in Miami training and sparring with the likes of Gamboa He's a stablemate of Christopher Rosales, who we'll see later in a world title fight. I mean, would this all have helped him in terms of when he's been flying around the world and just coming in as the opponent late? And
well, sparring with the likes of Gamboa will certainly help his reactions and his timing, because he's very, very quick-handed fighter.
But of course, Kelly,
Box.
the overwhelming favourite. Still huge things expected of him. Such a lively division as well. He wants to be in and amongst the real elite. This his 11th fight tonight. That one draw that we mentioned from Robinson. Otherwise, it's been pretty much Kelly's way. 6 inside the distance in those 9 wins.
Kelly is certainly getting his feet in the distance now. Just has to let the hands go with the feet a little bit. Trust himself. Try and get some of his straight shots off to start.
Watch your feet. Cuidado con los pies. Watch your feet, guys. Stop. Break. Watch your feet. Here we go. Box.
Well, the referees have all got a lot going on tonight. They've got a fascination with the fighters' feet tonight.
No, don't do that. Stop. Come on. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do that again, you're going to lose a point. ¿Estás bien? Se lo vas a ver. There you go.
Well,
box.
That was quite strict.
Don't do that again.
Well,
quite to the point, wasn't it?
Yeah. Clear warning. Oh,
good shot from Campos, but good shot back from Kelly, but there was a backhand landed from Campos as well. And he knows it as well, Dom. That was an effective shot, but he wouldn't be pressing in that fashion.
Well, Campos letting the hands go now. Kelly fights fire with fire, and this has opened up. And the crowd are really enjoying this. Mentioned before, the excitement levels in Phoenix have been huge in anticipation of this fight night. And this is what they want to see. A bit of blood and thunder, and as the blood just trickles down the face now of Kelly.
Eye and nose, Dom. Bridge of the nose, Kelly's cut, and he's cut over the right eye as well. It's not ideal. It's the trouble with being pretty. And you've got good bone structure, it tends to cut. Yeah, again, a little bit too much posturing from Kelly. So flick that jab out a little bit more. Even paw, Winston's glove. Create some opportunities for himself. No one's going to give him nothing. That's a good backhand again from Winston. Campos, good shot.
Well, Kelly did come back with his own as well. They both landed there.
Yeah, they're both landing shots, yeah. This is a pretty competitive fight, Dom.
Made for a very entertaining fight.
Very.
10 seconds, stop at the bell. 10 segundos, para la campana.
Well, neither man has the final say in that round.
Not really.
A really engaging fight. Well, that cup being worked on again. And obviously it was trickling down the right-hand side of Kelly's face in that previous round. I don't think it's caused him any problem, really, has it? It's not going
really
into the eye. It's not...
Yeah, not really. It's running away from the eye. But I imagine the cut in the nose is probably more annoying. It'll be a little bit more painful.
Both men landing shots there. Kelly on the ropes, and wild at times from both men, but both having successes. Campos really letting the hands go at times. Not really Kelly's kind of fight, that, to stand there and trade.
Not really, no.
But he starts round 4 with a good, solid right hand. At this stage, you know what's coming, Alex. 3 rounds completed. We go into the 4th.
Yeah.
Who's in charge at this point?
No fighters actually established their dominance that far, Dom, that you could say Campos is in in charge or Kelly's in charge. Certainly not for me.
Box.
Neither guy has really stamped their authority that much, have they? To the point where, I mean, I'm quite sure you probably think the same as me right now, but we'll probably see by around 5 or 6 if there's a little bit of a turning point.
What a good cuffing left hand from Kelly. There's almost a nod of acknowledgement, and another one there.
Don't think they're bothering Campos that much, though, Dom. His mannerisms and his facial expressions don't give off the idea that he's distressed or that he's feeling these shots. He's certainly not as sharp a counter-puncher as Josh Kelly, but he is taking the role right now, a counter-puncher. He's on the back foot pretty much. You would think that Campos' best bet would be to press the action a little bit.
Listen. Here we go. Box.
But not right now. Campos is...
Déjalo ir, ahí están. Stop. No punch, no punch. Here we go. Listo? Here we go. Box.
It's sort of deceiving, really, isn't it, as well, when you look at the records of fighters. And obviously we've seen Campos before. He was on a little bit of a tricky run. He lost to Josh Taylor, then had a couple of back-to-back defeats back home in Nicaragua. But the fact is, that's well over a year ago, 18 months ago. He may simply have just improved a great deal since then. He's only 27, so he's learned his craft in a hard way.
Yeah, he's not an old fighter, is he? He's...
But anybody looking at the Josh Taylor fight and thinking, well, this is going to be easy for Kelly, you know, I'm sure Kelly hasn't thought that, but...
Well, let's be really honest. Kelly isn't really on Josh Taylor's level, is he? Let's be really honest, Dom. I mean, you know, we know that I think they boxed in the same Olympic team and things of that nature, and we have heard it spoken about before, but, yeah, Josh Kelly is not on the level of Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor is a premier world-class fighter compared to Josh Kelly, who I still feel is really learning his way. But the talent and the ability is certainly there, that's for sure.
10 seconds, 10 segundos. Stop at the bell.
And he has an absolutely brilliant boxing brain in his corner in Adam Booth, in my opinion. A fantastic trainer.
Well, it is a good fight. Certainly easy on the eye. I think the crowd are really enjoying it.
Con eso mismo, sorpréndelo con otro golpe. Cada que se tira, eso es lo que tira. Tira tú también. Me tira, yo lo tiro. Ahora no tiene golpe, pero por eso tienes que llevarlo tú con la mano adelante.
Of course, we've got a very interesting one in front of us already.
Josh Kelly has manoeuvred himself into a few nice positions tonight, but we have noticed that when he has got there, he's not actually punched. Put yourself in a nice position to throw on an awkward shot from a rare angle. If you put yourself in that position, you've got to let your hands go. Otherwise, it's a lot of wasted energy and a lot of wasted movement.
Nope, stop. Break. Here we go. Box.
Nice sharp shot there. And Kelly just managed to get outside the line of Campos and pop that right hand down the middle. Pretty effective straight right hand. You need to see that. There's that shot again. You'd like to see that followed by a left hook, Don, wouldn't you? Good body shot from Campos. Smiles back at Kelly as if to say, no, you're not going to bully me into a situation where you can showboat all night. He's going to be coming back with something, Campos.
Well, for the first half of the round, it was a more traditional kind of performance from Terry. He had his guard high, and he was moving forward and trying to get the straight shots off.
Effective. You can see the difference. It's a good right hand. He's...
Stop. No, 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 no. No, no tires, no tires. Box.
Campos not coming back with as much now, although he does spit a little bit. Defiance back in Josh Kelly's space.
A little bit of phone booth stuff at the moment.
Yeah.
It's both men.
Pretty exciting to watch. Campos likes it. Kelly motions back.
Well, there's a bit of macho stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Kelly sinks one into the body.
Yeah. Referee gave him a little warning. Reckoned it was a little bit low. Campos catching him with his arms, pretty well done. If you caught that, you see, managed to just get his hands there in time.
Break. Box.
And that lead right again from Kelly. He's had some success in this round with that.
Ten seconds, 10 segundos. Stop at the bell. Time.
Booth with the instructions for Kelly.
Here we go, box.
Well, the halfway point of this scheduled 10-rounder in the welterweight division. I've got to ask you at this stage now, Alex, how are you scoring this contest?
It's quite tough, Dom, to score, really. I mean, I've got Kelly ahead, certainly, but it's now getting to the point where we're seeing Kelly land the cleaner shots, which is something that I certainly always look for. And he just seems to be, I would say, if I had to say, the ring dominance would be a little bit more with Kelly now. It's swaying more towards Kelly.
Well, I'm sure his plan was put all out of kilter in that first round. The cut to the nose, the cut to the eye. Well, that is boxing, isn't it? You got to deal with these things, and certainly has been tough in that. Campos, no pushover. Kelly just stabbing that jab out again. He's having some success. Good
Body shots as well. He comes back right away though, Dom. He comes back straight away. Now he wants to get his hands up and be smart there. You know, you want to see him be smart there in that situation. Get the hands up, use that great feet work. Don't drop your hands and put your back on the ropes.
Well, a little bit of rope-a-dope from Kelly there. But Campos, again, Kelly had some success with the hooks to the head and body.
Very, very game guy, isn't he? We've already seen him give Kelly way more trouble than he gave Josh Taylor. And he's also took Kelly double the rounds. Now, let's not go on about, you know, about Josh Taylor and how Josh Taylor dealt with this fellow and so on and so forth. You know, it's different fights, different fighters, different times,
different styles,
different
everything.
times, different styles. Yeah.
Break. No punch. Here we go. Step back. Box.
And as we've said before as well, you know, Kelly could be fighting a much better Campos now.
He could be, certainly, yeah. Well, as you were telling me earlier, Dom, in the build-up, you know, his preparation's certainly been better. He certainly has had better sparring than he's ever had.
Good work, though, from Kelly. You've got to say he's been in charge of the round, apart from the flurry from Campos in retaliation to Kelly when he really let his hands go.
Yeah.
It's been a decent round, used the jab well, and did land some decent body shots in that 6th round.
Está reventado con un solo ya. Trabajo el tuyo, la mano arriba. Vas atrás a esperar a que te tire. Y cuando vas adelante no tira. Tengo que trabajar la doble. Y terminarle con 2 o 3 golpes. ¿Cómo tú te sientes? Entonces, vas a decir todo bien. Esta mano no se la quito. Se la baja, claro que te da con ella. ¿A qué coño le bajo la mano?
Yeah, I remember the fight now with Taylor. I remember calling the fight as well. I remember that Campos was on the floor moaning and complaining like he'd been poleaxed, but in reality he'd just been beaten up.
Yeah, he was down 3 times before that stoppage in that fight with Taylor.
He was absolutely blitzed. I remember the night. It's all coming back to me now.
Well, it was one of those nights in Glasgow. You know what they're like.
Yeah.
Stop! Don't hit him behind there.
After all those fights I had as well, Dom, it takes me a while to remember things sometimes.
Here we go. Box.
But it's all coming back to me now. And Josh Taylor gave Campos, I know I said I wasn't going to harp on about it, but he gave him an almighty hiding.
Well, both men going for this in the 7th round again.
Josh, let me see your gloves. Here we go. Here we go. No le empujes. Box.
Well, Campos is going liking his work.
Good right hand.
He's had some real success with that, leading with that right hand. It's the shot for the southpaw, though, isn't it? It's...
Yeah, it sure is, of course, yeah. Straight right hand down the pipe. Don't wait too long. Get popping it out often. Waited a little bit too long there. Good left hook after, though.
Big overhand right from Kelly.
It's a good left hook as well. But he's not breaking Campos's heart here, Dom. Still pretty much in the fight. Still got to give him a little bit of respect. Although Kelly's having a lot more success with that lead right hand now. He's not hesitating as much. He just seems to be getting out there a little bit sharper.
He's just trying to get an uppercut into gear here as well. He's good work on the inside there before. And just tried it again.
Campos trying to put Kelly under a little bit of pressure again. For me, he's a lot more effective when he's pushing forward. Kelly posturing. Maybe trying to draw a lead from Campos. But his counter-punching, to be fair, hasn't been too sharp. Again, Kelly, his reflexes tonight, you're not going to say for a second have let him down, but he's been far more effective when he's been the aggressor, and he's thrown that good lead straight right hand, creating opportunities for himself.
Box. Let him go. Stop. Break. Box. Ahí viene la campana. Here comes the bell. Toe.
Well, has Kelly had the better of the last 2 rounds just to edge himself a little bit
you would
further
probably
ahead?
say so.
Not all his own way, but certainly the better.
No, definitely not, Dom. Again, just like what we were saying earlier, you know, reiterate what we've kind of already went over. He's just doing enough to stay ahead. You know, he's got the good, clean shots. Seem to be flowing a lot better. He seems to be a little bit more of the ring general. Wonder if the brilliant Adam Booth's telling him to keep his opponent on the back foot. He has way more success when he's got Campos going back. When he starts to creep back into the centre of the ring and finds himself posturing and stuff a little bit more, he's loses a little bit rhythm.
Well, the crowd really G'd up, and a huge night of action, of course, still to come. Main event, Jacobs against Chavez Jr. Kelly is trying to move Campos around. Again, those hands have gone low again.
Stop, no punch, no punch, no punch. Déjalo ir. No, 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 no. Here we go. Step back, here we go. Box. Step left, go right.
Cheeky slap.
Just pouring it there before sticking it in. Sank one in there. Was that maybe on the band?
It's a nice whipping shot to the body there. Actually, that shot reminiscent of the brilliant Michael Conlon, who is a member of Josh Kelly's camp now. It's a favoured shot of Michael Conlon's. He loves to whip that backhand bolo shot into the body. Looks like something Josh Kelly's picked up from him. It's a nice right hand as well. He's never really missed with that shot when he applies himself properly and throws it correctly.
Well, he's just winding it up a little there.
Yeah, he was looking for that Prince Nazim almost left uppercut there, wasn't he?
There's a man who really did rely on reflexes, but freaky power.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You could certainly include Naz in the heaviest hitters of all time list, that's for sure.
No punch, no punch. Here we go.
If Naz caught any featherweight in the world relatively cleanly, it was none of the case that they were going to sleep, Dom. Maybe not just for the night, but for a week.
No. Let him go. Here we go.
Tremendous puncher.
Box.
Josh Kelly has some of the reflexes, maybe not quite Prince Nazim power. Some nice sharp boxing.
No talking in there, no hablen. No talking, gentlemen.
Well, he's not happy, the referee, Raul Caiz Jr., with a little bit of the gamesmanship in there tonight.
Yeah, Campos just really grinned back. Never ever really at any point, Dom, either looked massively uncomfortable, Campos.
Box.
Just not too sure if he can deal with the Kelly skills. Well, he does land a decent right hook counter there.
Well, another round down in this scheduled 10-rounder. Josh Kelly, 25 years of age. This just his 11th professional fight. I think, though, of some of these lads that have had the brilliant amateur careers, they can be a victim of their own success. The first few fights usually go their own way pretty easy, and when they step up a little bit and it becomes that bit tougher, everyone's kind of confused, but obviously they're always stepping up. And fighters like Kelly, you could argue, will always look better when they're in slightly more elite company anyway.
Yes.
Vamos.
Here we go, box.
Well, 6 minutes of this remains, this welterweight contest.
Stop, no punch, no punch. I'm here. No, don't do that. Come on, don't do that. You don't gotta do that. Box. You don't have to do that.
Well, the referee has had to tell both men off on a few occasions. Been very busy in there. Right hand working again for Kelly.
Kelly jab getting countered by Campos. He's really been much better than what I expected, Dom. And he's certainly improved quite a bit since the Josh Taylor fight, where he really did throw in the towel and swallowed pretty easily.
Well, no one wants to hear the excuses, but, you know, obviously as Campos lets his hands go, there could be all sorts of issues. Did he get there late? Was there weight issues?
No knockdown, no knockdown.
Well, it has been said before that Kelly doesn't find it particularly easy to make the welterweight.
I mean, with Campos, obviously, he's improved. When you saw him in Glasgow, there might have been other factors that had affected him.
Possibly,
But for Kelly, well, for Kelly, I mean, again, I think he's just had a lot of things to deal with, and he's had a lot of pressure on his shoulders. That, again, because so much is expected of him.
Yeah, there is. There's so much expected of Kelly, and he is a pretty well-made lad. You know, he's pretty thick set. He's got thick legs. You know, he's a pretty heavy-made lad. I do believe he is a welterweight, though. And I'm not suggesting that he has weight trouble or he's had weight trouble, but a couple of little sneaky rumours on the circuit, like you always hear, that it's not particularly easy for him to get his weight down. But let's be honest, what fighter at the top level does find it easy to get their weight down if they're in the lighter weight divisions?
Yeah, he's 5'10". You know, he's as you say, reasonably well built. Heavy set almost, really, in terms of stocky. The hands go again here, but
10 seconds, 10 segundos.
He cannot bully Campos. Campos is always going to come back with something. When Kelly lets his hands go again, as he just did there at the end.
Yeah, just keeps himself ahead, doesn't he?
Échale agua, juega. Échale agua, échale mismo. Échale tú mismo la vaselina, Winston. Last round.
So 3 minutes remaining of this one. Campos is still very animated in that corner.
Yeah, the corner are asking for a big push there, Dom.
Plenty of ambition still.
Yeah, they certainly want him to put his foot on the gas and try and maybe get the stoppage, which I think he needs pretty much. Yeah,
I think what we look at the rerun there shows the frustration, really, I think, from Josh Kelly's point of view.
Mauling Campos with his glove.
He's just got to see this out. And from Kelly's perspective now, you get your hand raised at the end. You see out the round. It's not gone the way maybe you've envisaged, but it's another fight down. It's another fight in US soil, and another learning fight at this stage of his career. But, of course, it could be a twist in the tail. Anything could still happen as Kelly does what he's done in pretty much every round that we've seen and tries to claim centre of the ring and move his man around. Oh!
I think the feet got
right
caught.
hand from Kelly.
It was a right hand, but I was looking down at the ring, Dom, and I think his feet, their feet were tangled. Again, I think that came from an orthodox and southpaw position. And, yeah, I think that the feet were maybe a little bit tangled there.
Well, Campos,
as the punch landed,
Campos, the smile, and he was basically looking at the referee on his way down to the canvas as if to say, whoa, no, that was a slip or whatever. That said, there's no doubt about it, he wasn't hurt by that, but from Kelly's point of view, a huge plus. Not that I think that is in any doubt. You have him well ahead on your card anyway. If the judges agree, then Kelly should have been fine anyway, but it certainly doesn't do any harm.
Well, it's scored as a knockdown, even though I feel that Campos's feet was certainly stuck behind Josh. There's Josh Kelly stepping on his feet again, but his foot was certainly stuck behind Campos is when the punch landed, lost footing and went down, but it's a knockdown it is. That's a little bit better from Kelly. This is the kind of thing you would have liked to have seen from the second, third round on. Maybe we would have seen a different fight. He comes back again though, Dom. He's came back after every good flurry or assault or attack that Kelly's put on him tonight. He's came back with something, one way or another. It's a good 1-2 as well. Sneaks through the Kelly guard.
Well, 40 seconds of the round remaining. And it's been a tough fight, a good fight. It's been a little scrappy at times, but there's been some good work and good action from both men throughout. Kelly with the cleaner work.
Yeah, controlled the ring a little bit better as well. Better punch variety, certainly better imagination.
And he wants to go out with the final say. Kelly is, again, those hands went on Campos, who's still, great credit to him, comes back swinging himself, and now, well, Kelly on the ropes at the very end of the battle.
Yeah, mutual respect, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds here in Phoenix, Arizona, we go to the judges' score totals. Chris Flores and Tim Cheatham, 99-90. Robert Hecko, 98-91. All three for your winner by unanimous decision. He's still undefeated, Josh Pretty Boy Kelly.